Now, what is canonical form? Now, suppose we have in our class 2 level knowledge, if a quadratic equation like this, if the quadratic equation, and this quadratic equation can be classified as either elliptic or parabolic or hyperbolic according to its discriminant is positive, negative, or zero. Sorry, negative, zero, and positive. We have already known this. Now, suppose we have a differential equation, partial differential equation of two variables. That is, two independent variables, x and y, two independent variables, and z the dependent variables. Okay. Now we have the quadratic equation, second order partial differential equation with two variables only, and looks like this. Suppose a, there is partial derivative twice with respect to x, mixed derivative x and y, twice derivative with respect to y, and this first derivative with respect to x, first derivative with respect to y, and z is any the dependent variable, and g, f, e, d, c, b, and a are function of x and y or constant. If we have this particular form, okay, now compared to it, this algebraic equation which represents a conic section in your class 2 level knowledge, then very similar way, this differential equation can be represented the different forms which is known as elliptical form, parabolic form, and hyperbolic form. Just depends on the discriminant. That's only discriminant for this part only. That is b square minus 4ac. Is it is negative or zero or positive? We can say that this differential equation is elliptical form or parabolic form or hyperbolic form. Okay. So if you have any differential equation, so one can easily check, because a, b, and c are known quantity in terms of either x and y or constant. So just analysis the functions a, b, and c. One can easily find b square minus 4ac. If this term is positive, zero, or negative, then we say that this partial differential equation represents as elliptic form or parabolic form or hyperbolic form. Now, what is the advantage? No, advantage is if we have these particular types, that is elliptical, hyperbolic, or parabolic, then this differential equation can be solved very easily if we transform the variables, that is in terms of x, y variable, to another variable, say u and v. How? I will talk about later. But if we just transform this, then one can find this complicated form transformed to a very simpler form. Now, what is that transformation functions and how we can find the transform form? So I will discuss one by one. Now, suppose we have the transformation like this. U is a function of x and y, v is a function x, y. I just use the transformation which is function of x and y, and this is function of x and y. Now, if you try to find the zx, what is zx? Zx means p. I've already mentioned you. We have use the notation p. P is nothing but del z del x. Similarly, q depend by q del z del y. Okay, so that's not a problem. Now, p equal to del x. Now we use the transformation. So to find Now, Z is a function of U and V. Definite down to function of after the transformation. After the transformation, Z is a function of U and V. And if you try to find the del X, that means you have to use the chain rule. You have to use the chain rule. So one can easily find del Z del X by using the chain rule. Similar, that means we get an operator. If we omit the U term, so one will get, sorry, omit the Z term, then we find this is an operator. So del X represented by this one. Similarly, we can find Q. Q means del Z del Y. So again you use the chain rule, then one can find ZY. That is del Z del Y. So after finding, one can easily find the other terms of Z is del ZX. This is mixed derivative. This is double derivative with respect to Y, and ZX we have already found. ZY we have already found. So using all this, all this, one, if we put in this equation, then this equation transform to this form. That is R into R partially with respect to U, S 2 into S partially with respect to mixed derivative, T into partially with respect to V, and remaining term we just call it as F. Okay, we just write the second order term, and all the remaining terms, that is first order term and U and V and Z, we call it as F. Okay, but the form of R is like this. R equal to this form. Yes, if we use ZX, that is by using the chain rule, okay, and put the value in this equation. Similarly, use the value of mixed derivative and put this on, and again after finding this derivative with respect to Y twice, one can easily find this variable. So I just omit the calculation, but you should try yourself. Okay, but very easy, very easy. It is not a difficult task. You can easily find it. So the form of R is like this, form of S is like this, and form of T is like this. And F, the remaining portion, we just call it as F. Okay. And also you can if you just okay, no problem. We just write it in the arbitrary form, no problem. Okay. Now, after using the transformation U and V, now our differential equation transform to this form, to transform this particular form. Okay, this particular form. R, S, T, and if it's an arbitrary function, okay, the remaining after using the transformation, the remaining terms we call it as F, and where R is this term, S is represented by this, and T is given by this one. Okay. Now we construct a quadratic equation. We construct a quadratic equation by taking the coefficient is R, S, and T. From this equation, we just okay. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I have a call. সরি একটু লেট হয়ে গেল এটা। ওকে, দেখো, so so after finding the transform form, or rather from the original equation, you guys see the original equation. From original equation, these are, you can see that this is a quadratic equation. Now quadratic equation, from this quadratic equation one can easily construct a quadratic, this is a differential equation, but we can easily construct a polynomial equation which is second order like this. Using this coefficient, that is a, b and c. Look at this one, look at this one, this one. So from the given equation one can easily write down a polynomial equation of degree 2 by using the coefficient a, b and c. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now from the given equation one can easily construct the second degree polynomial equation, that is a lambda square plus b lambda plus c. Now since this is a quadratic equation, so one can easily find the discriminant. The discriminant is b square minus 4ac. So if we get the b square minus 4ac is positive, then we say that this is the differential equation is of the hyperbolic form. The given partial differential equation is the hyperbolic form. Okay, now for this equation, from this equation one can easily solve, because quadratic equation it has two solutions, definite second degree equation has two solutions. So from this one can solve for two solutions, lambda which I called lambda 1 and lambda 2, because the quadratic equation one can easily solve. Now choose u and v, choose u and v in such a way, because we don't till now we don't know what is u and what is v. Now we choose u and v by this way. What's the way? Now lambda 1 and lambda 2 are two roots of the given equation. Now take say lambda 1 first number. So we just use the differential equation del u del x equal to lambda 1 del u del y, because we are interested to find u and v. U and v, how we can choose? The person who discovered this type used this one, he actually used this one. So you have to remember how to find u and v. So in all the case you should choose u and v in such a way by using this relationship, that is first one del u del x equal to lambda 1 into del u del y. What is lambda 1? Lambda 1 is nothing but the solution of this equation, solution of this equation, because a, b and c are given quantity, so one can easily solve for lambda, and the first solution lambda 1 gives u, and lambda to the second equation gives the form of v. So you just solve this one u, this first order partial differential, one can easily solve it. This is first order partial differential equation, so one can easily solve it. So from this equation one can easily solve for u and v. So what the functions to be used as a transformation function? Now that functions are u and v. So now u and v are the known functions. So these two functions are the transformation functions, and using these functions one can find the transform differential equation, which is called as canonical form. The transform differential equation will be said as canonical form. This is a transform differential equation after using, now u and v are known quantity, So after using this equation is known as canonical form. This equation known as canonical form. And for the first case, that is this one, that is b square minus 4ac. So this canonical form is known as hyperbolic one or hyperbolic form. Okay. Now what is the advantage? Advantage is that by using the transformation, if we put the value u and v, then one can say that r equal to 0 and t equal to 0, automatically 0. This r, and this t automatically 0. So the transform, because this term goes out, this term goes out, so only the remaining term, this one and this function. So now the transform differential will be a very simpler form and one can easily solve it. I will definitely provide some examples also. Now look at for the second one. So one can see that the transform form is very simple form. This is a simple form. This is known as canonical form. Okay. Now the second case, if b square minus 4 is equal to 0. So the given equation definite as equal roots. Given equation are the equal roots, because discriminant is 0. That means two roots are equal. So in this case, we have only one solution, one equation to get the value of u. Now, how do we find the value of v? This v can be chosen arbitrarily, not just arbitrarily. We have some restriction. What is the restriction? Or just only one restriction? U and v are independent. U and v are independent. This is the only criteria. You can choose any v, any function of x and y, but only the restriction is this v you can choose arbitrarily, no restriction, but except one restriction. What is the restriction? This v should be independent of u. Now u is known quantity. From this differential equation can easily solve, and u is known quantity. So just v choose arbitrarily in such a way that u and v are independent. This is the criteria. And if you use this, one can easily say that r equal to 0 and s equal to 0. So r equal to 0 and s equal to 0. If you use the parabolic form, then this r equal to 0 and s equal to 0. So only remaining term is this t, only the remaining term is t. So the final canonical form will take this form. We can see that the final canonical form takes this form, because all other second order differential equation vanish. Now the third case. Now b square minus 4 is less than 0. This case is very similar to the hyperbolic case. It has two solutions, but that solutions are complex quantity. These two solutions are complex. And we know complex numbers are occurred, solutions occur in a conjugate way. So lambda 1 and lambda 2 are the conjugate part of each other. Okay. So again, we can use this one, definitely alpha plus I bit, and the other part should be alpha minus I bit. This is a conjugate one. So from this one can easily find the value of alpha and beta. And again, if you use the alpha beta, the new transform functions, then the differential equation transform to be very again simpler form. That is, mixed derivative will be vanished. Mixed derivative will be vanished. So these are the general form. Now we can apply this for a particular examples. That's just for examples. These examples. Actually, this is a problem with the SLATE. Do you know SLATE? What is SLATE? Do you know NET exam? Anyone?
Yes.
Do you know NET exam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is a state level eligibility test. That is for College Service Commission. Actually, use this. Actually, this problem has been given in 2003. Okay, anyhow, no problem. Now suppose this is a differential equation. Reduce, the problem is reduce the canonical form and solve it. How to solve it? Now compare the differential equation is what to compare our this form. R, S and T. What is R? R equal to definite coefficient is 1, S coefficient 2, and coefficient of second with respect to Y is just 1. So from this one can easily construct the quadratic equation, that is R lambda square S lambda plus T. That means lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 1. And one can see that this quadratic equation has equal roots. So we have only one solution. So lambda equal to minus 1. You can solve it. One can see that the solution is lambda equal to minus 1. So from our method to find the transform form, the solution of this equation. What is the solving equation? The solution of this equation is given by this. We can easily solve it. X minus y equal to constant. So the transform function is u equal to x minus b. Sorry, u equal to x minus y. Now what is b? Because we have, if we have to define solution, then by using the second one can easily solve. But in this case, we get the same solution. So to choose the b, we can choose it arbitrarily. Just one restriction. What is the restriction? This v should independent of u. So we can choose any v. Just keep in your, just keep in mind that v should be independent of u. And for the simplest choice is like this: v equal to x plus y. Then even v's are independent, definite for this choice. Now these are the okay, I just repeat it. Do you know alpha is a vector, beta is a vector? Okay. What is the criteria to be independent of this vector? Now if we multiply the scalar with alpha and scalar with beta and equal to 0, this equation holds if and only if a equal to b equal to 0. Then we say that alpha and beta are independent. Okay, this is the criteria to check two vectors or two quantities are independent or not. Okay, now in this case, we have to check u and v are independent. How to check? No one can check it. If you just check it, a into x minus y plus b into x plus y equal to 0. Now one can see that a plus b into x plus b minus a into y equal to 0. Okay. Now x and y independent. So any equations containing two independent variables are not equal to equal to 0. Oh, sorry, two independent variables expression are equal to 0. That means the independent expression individual 0. These two expression individually 0. This is the criteria for independent variables only. So a plus b equal to 0 and b minus a equal to 0. And if you solve it, one can see that a equal to 0, b equal to 0. So that means these two functions u and v are independent. This v you can choose any arbitrary way. Just one restriction. What is the restriction? The restriction, this v should be independent of u. Okay. Now we know u, the transform function u and v, and from this one can easily find p, that is del z del x, by using the chain rule, q by using the chain rule. The second derivative term one can use the chain rule. Second derivative with respect to y, one can use the chain rule, and putting this, or this is a mixed derivative. Okay, now putting all this one, and this one in the original equation, this original equation. Okay. one can easily see that all the quantities are vanished. So only this quantity exists. So after using the transformation, the given equation transformed to a very simple equation. This equation is known as canonical form. So you have to find this canonical form. And next task is how to solve it. And one can easily solve it. The solution is nothing but very easy. So there are so many problems like this. Now see that another problem. We leave it this problem. Rather, I just use this problem. This problem has been given in NET in 1999. Now reduce this canonical form. Now this is actually R. This is the S term is the mixed derivative is off, that is S equal to 0, and coefficient of second derivative with respect to y is t. Okay. Now construct the quadratic equation R lambda square S lambda plus t equal to 0. Here S equal to 0. Because coefficient of mixed derivative is absent here. So S equal to 0. So ultimate our equations transform to this equation. So one can easily solve for lambda. One can see that lambda has two different forms. Okay. So take positive term, one can get is lambda 1, and take negative term, one can get lambda 2. So we have in hand two different solutions for lambda. This is two different solutions for lambda. Now our task is how to solve it. Now for the taking the first lambda 1, one can use this differential equation. And for this one can easily solve it. So this is our first transformation equation. Similarly, by using the second one, one can solve it for this one. So this is our V. So this is our V this is U, and this transform form is our V. So now we can easily find the transform function, that is U and V. Now again use the value of P, that is first derivative with respect to X, second derivative with respect to X, second derivative with respect to Y. So after using all this, putting this expression and this expression in the original equation, in this original equation. Okay, putting all the expression, this expression and this expression in the original equation, one can see that the equation transformed in this very simple form. All the quantities have been vanished. So this is our canonical form. Okay, and to solve it very easily with respect to the integrated respect to U and integrated to get, one can easily find the solutions. And one can note that the solution has been coming out with U and V. But we have already known the value of U and V. That replace U and V. What is the value of U? This is the value of U, and this is the value of V. Finally you have to replace U and V by this one. So these are the required solutions of this second order partial differential equation after transform into the canonical form. So there are so many examples, like simple examples like this. So we have to do a lot of practice to change the canonical form and the corresponding solutions. So I just repeat whole things once again. Once again. From the given differential equation, from the given differential equation, zx, b, zxy, c, z, yy, and the other terms. Okay, it is equal to say constantly. Say another function. Now from this equation, our main interest, the coefficient of A, coefficient of B, and coefficient C. From this equation, one can easily construct a quadratic equation like this. One can find a quadratic equation like this from the coefficients of the differential equations. So these are this very easy to construct the quadratic equation. From this quadratic equation, one can easily solve lambda 1 and lambda 2 the solutions. Or this equation has three different forms. What is? If b square minus 4ac may be positive, may be equal to 0, may negative. So if it is positive, we call it as hyperbolic. If it is 0, we call it as parabolic. If it is less than 0, we call it is elliptic. So these are three different canonical forms. So to check the form, we just write this quadratic equation and find the discriminant, and seeing the value, seeing the expression of discriminant, one can easily find the types of this differential equation. Okay. Now from this, one can use the equation like this. Say, so the equation like this, say del z, sorry, del u, del x equal to lambda del u del y. First differential equation or second differential equation, del v del x equal to lambda 2 del v del y. We have two differential equations, or this differential can be in this very simple form, dy dx equal to lambda. Equal to lambda. How? Anyone? This differential equation can be written in this form. Anyone? How one can write it? Can you bolo dekhi? Hello?
ওই তো সেটা ভাগ করে দিয়েছে মনে হয়।
হ্যাঁ বলো। This differential can be written in this form. How? কেউ একজন বলো। Anyone?
স্যার ওদিক দিয়ে ডেল ওয়াই ডেল এক্স কে মানে দুদিক দিয়ে গুণ করে দিয়েছে নাকি?
Divide on
ডেল ওয়াই বাই ডেল ইউ দিয়ে গুণ করে দিয়েছে।
So this is a synonym equation. Okay. So from this one can easily solve the solution. The solution gives u, and from the solution of this will give v. So now we have in hand the transform functions form. That is u. Now u and v are the given. Okay. Now the original equation can be transformed in this in terms of u and v. The original equation, you have used the chain rule. Similarly, one can easily find this one. Again, using the chain rule, one can easily find it. Similarly, mixed derivative and secondary with respect to y, also we can find and put this value. The ultimate given the differential equation takes the form as canonical form. If it is elliptical, then it's very simple form. If it is parabolic, it gets another simple form. If it is hyperbolic, it also gives a simpler form. And that simpler form is known as canonical form. And from this canonical form, one can easily solve it. So you just go through the note very carefully, or any concern, you can consult any book. And still, if you have any problem, you can write in the WhatsApp group. Then I will try to answer it. Thank you. Now you can leave it. I will provide these lecture notes now. Any question or any doubt? Actually, at first we have to go through all the notes or consult any book. And still, if you have any face any problem, then you definitely can write in the WhatsApp group, and I will try to answer it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ঠিক আছে, এবার তুমি লিভ করতে পারো। আমি পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি আমি তোমার। So I'll send the lecture notes. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
খুব ভালো থেকো, stay happy.